Hey there YouTubers, unboxing video time. So, should be a new CPU. Let's go ahead and get this open. And of course, you know, when you need your box cutter, you can't find it, right? So, we'll use our number 2 Phillips head screwdriver. And voila! What do we have, folks? We have the newest Pentium G7400. Of course, this is 12th gen. And you see on the box there, LGA 1700. This launched in first quarter of 2022. I'm just finally getting around to getting it. I had thought, you know, hey, should I buy this? The price was too high originally, $99. So it finally got into the 70s and I decided to buy it. Recommended customer price $64 to $74. Made in Vietnam. Trying to make sure I cover everything that you know, some of you folks asked for. So you see some of the other information on the side. Not a whole lot on these boxes on the outside. And you can just barely see the CPU poking through, right? So what else do you care about with this, folks? This is going to be 2 cores, 2 performance cores, no efficiency cores, right? Total threads 4. So unlike the really terrible Celeron, right, the G6900, this thing, you know, might be okay for some things, right? No, when I say that, there's usually a huge performance difference between this and the Celeron, but you know, for a little bit more, you could buy an i3 12100F or something, assuming you have a graphics card. And that would be a much better CPU. There is the sticker. Of course, you won't see me putting this on the outside. And you know, this does provide the instructions. Yours truly, you know, tends to not read the instructions on how to install these. But you can use a tool, obviously, to install these. This guy has a backplate, folks. What is this? That would make this completely different than the other ones, which would tell me that the coolers, they have finally decided that the existing design, I don't know if it's junk or they decided to upgrade it, but looks like it's a little different. So there's your guide. Nope. That's the one you actually get, folks. You can see they suggested number 2. Number 2, or I believe a flathead also works. So, wow, that was interesting. Lighting control. What? Using motherboard ARGB. Tell me this one lights up. None of the other ones have that extra cable. Wow, okay, so here you go. Here is a base plate, right? This will go on the other side of the motherboard. You have on here already thermal paste. And then this guy, okay, this guy does not have lights. So this guide is for a bunch of different CPUs. And I would assume the one that lights up is probably the i9 because I have the i7 10700F and it does not have that extra cable, that ARGB, right? You just have the 4-pin. So let's grab the other one if I can find one. Well, it's on the motherboard. So this is the cooler you get with the Celeron. And you can see it's like the old deal, right, where it pops through little plastic pieces. This guy will have the back plate once I disassemble it and put it on another motherboard. Then the i3 and i5 and i7, the locked ones, come with this CPU cooler, at least when I bought it. So maybe they are upgrading these. This one has the copper base, but once again, only 4 pins. And we've already done a video that this does not light up. Alright, so you've seen this. You got to briefly see what the directions say. let's go ahead and get this out. If we can get it out. That out of there. Who knows how much recording time we have left. Alright. So I don't know if you guys can see this. Hopefully it's not blurry. So obviously it says Intel Pentium G7400 and some numbers. And then that's what the back looks like. And like I said, not, obviously going to be the most impressive CPU in the world. But for surfing the internet, this is probably going to be pretty good. Now on this channel, folks, I'll tell you what we'll have. We will put this in a motherboard. Right now it looks like I only really have a H610M available, which is honestly, you're not going to waste a lot of money on a good motherboard with this CPU, right? Unless you're planning on upgrading later. So that's probably a good motherboard for it. We'll do some Cinebench R20, R23. If Intel XTU works, I'll run that. We'll also try and give you guys the temps and some of the other stuff besides the scores to help you out. But now gaming wise, I will pair this probably with the RTX 3050. I got rid of the RX 6500. I was not happy with it at all, so it's gone. Why did I get rid of it? Well, pretty much was unable to do any screen recording with either Xbox or the Radeon software with it, so it's history. But this CPU, maybe we'll pair it with a GTX 1660 Super Ti. Trying to think of what else we have. Maybe even GTX 1080. We'll find some graphics cards to pair it up with gaming videos. And other than that, folks, what did we miss? So we talked about how many cores. L2 cache, 2.5 megabytes. Processor base power, 46 watts. Hence why you can get away with this lousy CPU cooler. Performance, core base frequency up to 3.7. And if I can get XTU to work, you'll get to see what the core multipliers are for this. Assuming they're not all the same. At least, I would assume at least one of them is 36X or 37X. So supposedly supports DDR5 RAM up to 4800 megahertz, and then it says DDR4 3200. But that all depends on your motherboard. If this was going in the H610, which it will, that's the best we're going to get is 3200 megahertz. UHD graphics 710. I have not done any gaming with 710, so that might be some more videos to do. The Celeron is so lousy that I wouldn't even bother, but maybe this might be able to do 720p of Fortnite, maybe 720p low. Now, supposedly capable of 4K at 60 Hertz, and that's HDMI DisplayPort 8K at 60 Hertz. Boy, that'd be rough, I can imagine. But yeah, that's about it, folks. Not, super exciting. And there you go. Hey, thanks for checking out my video. Please like, please subscribe. Thank you.